Many people online are starting to turn their backs on Tyla because she's quote-unquote not like us.
I told y'all a month ago we did not like Tyla. Tyla was another one in regards to, it's not that we want her to be relatable. We wouldn't want to be around her. We wouldn't want to meet her. We already know what she would give in a meet and greet. We don't want to be around the energy, okay?
Tyla barely sold freaking 4,000 copies in her first week for her new EP because of the disrespect she displayed towards Black American people.
Is simply saying the reason why Tyla's albums are doing so badly in terms of sales of units is because she doesn't accept the fact that she's a black lady. To another battle brewing on the other side of the internet for who is really the king of YouTube in South Africa. Some people saying it's Lasizwe and other people saying it's Ghost Klubi. However, numbers tend to not lie. To a video of Julius Malema going viral accusing the president of South Africa of beating his late wife. There's clearly a lot of things to talk about, so I think we should just get straight into it. So I definitely know that if you've been scrolling on TikTok in the last few days, then you would have definitely seen a lot of discord around Tyla's name, because many people are saying she's simply fallen off because of the fact she doesn't accept that she's a black girl.
So Tyla put out an EP recently, which despite the fact that she's pushed heavily to the US market, only sold 3.7k units in the first week of its release in the United States. What's interesting to me is why, despite all of the heavy marketing around Tyla in the US market, she hasn't quite connected to the audience yet. I mean, she's a Grammy Award winner, as well as a Billboard Women in Music Award winner. She's at front row at Chanel, one of the most prestigious fashion houses, alongside the most powerful women in fashion, Anna Wintour, and she's presently on the cover of Variety's Young Hollywood issue. So what's not clicking here?
Tyla's Breakfast Club interview told me everything that I needed to know about her and her team and what her goals were. In South Africa, colored is a racial class, and it's a step above being black for them. Tyla does not want to be called black because to her it would be a downgrade. Now, she came into the American market thinking that that was going to fly. It didn't, as we can see with 3.7 thousand sales in her first week of her album dropping that nobody heard of.
It seems very clear that people in the United States of America aren't happy with Tyla's conduct. From them calling her entitled and also the fact that she hates being black, videos have started pouring in of people giving their reaction as to why exactly Tyla's album didn't do so well in the US charts.
Tyla album flopped. She only sold nearly 4,000 on the release in America. Duh. She says she wasn't black. She says she was colored. And then you had an opportunity to rectify yourself on The Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, and your team said y'all should not have discussions about blackness.
And quite obviously, many people would have interesting reactions to this Tyla controversy, because one comment would say, the way y'all clocked Tyla. You see, as a black South African, I can say some colors do see being black as a downgrade, and y'all were like, nah, that won't pass over here. No hate to her though, but she should have been smarter, gaining 746 likes. Being black in South Africa is not a downgrade, just as being colored isn't an upgrade. We stand united as a people, not as individual ethnicity or an individual culture. You can't force someone to identify themselves as a specific ethnicity if they don't identify as such. Allow South Africans to identify themselves. It's not Tyla's job to make you feel comfortable about yourself, gaining almost 450 likes. And even a crazier comment saying, so why doesn't she go sell her music in South Africa? Now, before I give my thoughts on the Tyla situation, it does seem as though Tyla still is winning in terms of numbers, because there are tweets coming out that prove this point, with one tweet saying Tyla is the only artist to have multiple songs ranked in the top 5 on the Billboard US Afrobeat song charts every week this year. Dynamite, Push to Start, and Water were all top 5 this week, gaining 16,000 likes. But it even got crazier because Cardi B would come to Tyla's defense in a tweet saying, Cardi B defends Tyla following the online hate. Every single time I scroll on my TikTok, there's a video of her and people are talking nonsense. What do you want her to do? Must she cut her veins off? Gaining almost 30,000 likes. Now, the unfortunate part of this entire situation is there are two sides of viewing it. You see, Tyla transcends South Africa at this point. She's no longer just a South African artist. She's now a global artist. However, with this power comes a level of responsibility. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that flew who in South Africa just don't fly abroad. We all know how controlling the United States is over their labels. It matters very deeply to the people of the US how you identify and what you label yourself as. And the worst thing Tyla could have done was call herself colored in the United States without giving context. You see, people in the US don't understand what colored means here in South Africa, and this is where breakdown in communication begins. See, the word colored in the United States has a different connotation to what it means here in South Africa, and unfortunately with that word comes a lot of history. And if Tyla simply just called herself mixed, at the very least she wouldn't be where she is at the moment. That's just the honest truth.
Never forget, I met an American in South Africa, and he said to me, he said, well, you know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because if you come out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's black out there. I was like, wow, well, I want to be black. And I found out it's true. Mixed race people are categorized as black in America. The only catch is, and nobody tells you this, you have to be liked and successful first.
When you refuse to identify yourself as black in the US, it's seen as almost a denial of your true identity. And exactly there is where the breakdown happens. Because in South Africa, we're a rainbow nation. There's different cultures, there's different ethnicities, and all of us sort of collide in South Africa, which is what makes this country unique. But unfortunately, it's just not the case outside of South Africa. You see, Tyla went wrong where Trevor Noah went right, and we just have to be honest about this. Trevor Noah simply embraced the title of being called black in the United States. It didn't take anything away from who he was as a mixed race person. However, with Tyla not really answering the question well on the famous Breakfast Club interview, it's left a very bad taste in many Americans' mouths because it seems as though she's denying who she is intrinsically. The truth of the matter is Tyla is mixed race. You see, her mother is Zulu and she does have some Irish descent, while her father is of Indian heritage. And we all know that she grew up as a colored girl. This discussion is definitely very interesting because I can see both sides of the aisle. I can see the people who are genuinely upset at the fact that Tyla won't call herself black. Why is she hiding from this label so much? Does she feel as though being called black isn't befitting of her? Or does she just simply not want the title at all? And a lot of black Americans are saying, well, if you don't identify with us, then you can't expect us to support you. But there is the other side who comes from South Africa, who understands the history behind this word, who understands the people, the coloreds we live with in South Africa. And we do understand that there are some coloreds who genuinely want nothing to do with blackness. It's just a matter of fact. However, it's not always like that for everyone. It's simply who Tyla is. And she doesn't have to change that to accommodate anybody in the United States or even in South Africa. But then, unfortunately, this is show business. And if you don't comply, well, people will simply not support you. I think that's exactly what's happening with Tyla. A lot of black Americans feel slighted by the fact that she won't say she's black, and they just simply won't support her, which is an interesting position Tyla finds herself in, and it will be interesting to see how she maneuvers out of this position. Now, while the internet is clearly losing their mind over the Tyla situation, it seems like there's another battle happening on YouTube, because Lasizwe and Ghost Klubi seem to be fighting about who exactly the king of YouTube is. And you see, this discussion is very interesting because they both have 1.1 million subscribers on YouTube, locking them both in a tie for the crown of king of YouTube, with Lasizwe in an Instagram post throwing shade at Ghost Klubi, saying he's come to dethrone him, and the comments are absolutely crazy, with one comment saying, "I'm tired of defending Lasizwe. This is an AdSense beef. To us who know that legacy is better than virality," gaining 1.8 thousand likes. And even another comment saying, in simple terms, Lasizwe said that, "Ghost, you're a pawn, not a king. And even with one down, I'm the only one standing. This is chess, not checkers," gaining a staggering 3,000 likes. And there's clearly a lot of people who are coming to Lasizwe's corner, clearly stating that he is the OG and the king of YouTube. However, I did something interesting, and I looked at the views for their videos. And it does seem, however, that Ghost Klubi does average more views than Lasizwe in the short term. And so I decided to dig a bit deeper and look look at their views in total, and Lasizwe sitting at 145,483,919 views is clearly a lot smaller than Ghost Fubi's 156,814,809 views. You see, according to the analytics, it's clear that Ghost Fubi takes the crown, at least for now. However, if Lasizwe keeps posting, and the tables might genuinely turn. Let me know who you think the king of YouTube is in the comments section below. However, moving on from that, a shocking video by Julius Malema has recently been going viral because we all know that it's Women's Month, and so Malema decided to do a very interesting speech in Parliament.
Anyone who has never beaten his wife in the past 25 years must raise his hand. I can do that because I have no history of such things. I've never, not once, not my ex, not my wife, not anything, I've never laid a hand on my wife. I asked that question precisely because I got information that the president used to beat his wife, Noma Zizi, the late wife of the president. May her soul rest in peace. I raised that issue because I said to the president, you cannot lead the state against gender-based violence. If you have not accepted that a woman beaten your wife, I'm not hiding anything about abusing my wife. Can the president answer the question? Did he beat his late wife? That's a question we must answer. Because I've been asked the same question in this house about my wife. The president has got a history of beating up his wife, the late wife, and I'm following in the same steps you have been following.
See, many people in the comment section below were completely baffled by this video, with one comment saying, why is he saying 25 years specifically, gaining 11.3 thousand likes? Guys, what will happen if we give Malema a chance to be our president? How does one become an audience member in Parliament, gaining almost 24,000 likes? Malema is such a girl dad. No wonder he goes mute on all GBV cases. It now makes sense, gaining 20,000 likes. Why are they stopping him, gaining almost 20,000 likes? Indaba engaga. That's why Cyril Ramaphosa is quiet. Now, while the claims Malema made in this video are genuinely unverified, we almost never know what to expect from Julius Malema anymore. We don't know what he's gonna say. Every single year, there always seems to be something coming out in Parliament, and one person that never disappoints is Julius Malema and the EFF. But let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section below. Because there's no evidence, there's unfortunately nothing I can say about this situation. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, definitely show your support by pressing the like button and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.